Have you ever wondered what you would do if you saw a UFO? Would you have the presence of mind to observe closely, or would you take off in the opposite direction?
Well, the Center for the Study of Extraterrestrial Intelligence knows what they would do. Their motto could be taken from the Boy Scouts: be prepared.
Flying saucers have invaded our planet. Washington, London, Paris, Moscow are key targets. The whole world is under attack.
In the 1950s, visitors from outer space had a straightforward agenda: mass destruction, planetary enslavement, and the equal opportunity employment of nasty death rays. But yesterday's bug-eyed monsters are today's extraterrestrials. And eyewitnesses believe that the day of alien contact is drawing near, if it already hasn't occurred.
I'm convinced that there is a small faction within our government that has been grappling for nearly 50 years with the problem of eventual disclosures of alien contact on this planet. I think they've been in possession of information that has convinced them that aliens or non-human intelligence has reached this planet quite some time ago.
Dr. Stephen Greer isn't waiting for the government to issue him an extraterrestrial passport. He is the head of the Center for the Study of Extraterrestrial Intelligence, or C-SETI. This organization is getting ready for an event they feel is inevitable: the day we first make contact.
Preparing people for this kind of contact, the human dimension is the most difficult one. We were in England in 1992, and we were able to vector one of these objects. It was a large 150-foot diameter disc with a dome or cupola on top. You know, God is my witness, this was an extraordinary event. But when you've locked on, you have signaled to it, it has signaled back, it's changed course, and it's coming in towards you. This is when you realize that, my God, they see us and they're coming.
Dr. Greer founded C-SETI in 1990. Over the years, they have refined their stated mission.
Trying to establish contact with the life forms on board these objects. And this is very important. C-SETI really isn't interested in the UFOs. We're interested in the occupants or the intelligence or the beings behind the UFOs.
All of C-SETI's efforts have one ultimate intention:
Try to get one to land and eventually, if possible, to get a boarding party on board one of these objects.
Encounters asked C-SETI if they would take us on one of their UFO expeditions, and they agreed. Before we left, we met with their team of human ambassadors.
I'm real excited about it.
Just be careful, you know.
Caroline O'Patry is excited. She believes there is a chance she will make direct contact with extraterrestrials, but she plans on taking things one step at a time.
The game plan is, should there be a sighting and should we be locked on in such a way that the ETI would choose to land and make contact with us, we would be ready to do so. I guess I should take my own flashlight just in case. And you know, I don't know what the weather's going to be like. It's so hot now, but I probably better take my heavy coat.
She has learned to put her fears aside and approach contact with an open mind.
Whatever you fear or revere, you draw to you. So I don't want to come from fear. Come, be peaceful. You will attract peaceful entities. And what's exciting about C-SETI to me is this repeated philosophy of non-hostility, of being diplomats for peace, of being a liaison with humankind and extraterrestrial intelligence. Come on, you guys, we gotta hurry.
Okay, you have to be there.
Be there.
You went to San Fernando Valley, is that where it is?
No, Topanga Canyon.
Am I emotionally prepared to go on board a UFO? I don't know. I like to think that I am. But then again, I know, because of the people I've talked to, that seeing a UFO is not always fun. It's scary. For so long, I had thought that UFOs weren't real. I thought they were figments of people's imaginations. That for me to suddenly reverse my opinions caused literally a breakdown in my whole system of beliefs. And it wasn't fun. I eventually had to face the fact that UFOs were here.
Nobody really knows why these extraterrestrials are here. However, there's not a scintilla of evidence, that there are net motives for being here or hostile or oriented towards harming life on this planet.
We are now, I think, in the process of looking at the world differently. We're beginning to see everything interconnected, and that's not just on this Earth, it's the whole universe.
C-SETI wants the government to release all information about alien encounters.
The idea behind Project Starlight is to brief leaders in society and to encourage them to try to bring out the definitive evidence which we believe exists and to finally confirm the fact that we have detected extraterrestrial life forms.
Why would the government cover up alien contact? I think they're coming from a mentality that arose in the mid-40s when we actually believed we were being invaded from space. We couldn't handle the technology we were seeing, that the government would try to keep this secret until they could understand the nature of their challenge. And today, we have 50 years of momentum that's very hard to break.
What we do not have is anyone in an important position in government saying the U.S. government has this knowledge and we're officially declaring an interest in this and want to share this with the public. Several of us are urging the Clinton administration to review that policy.
Meanwhile, emotions were high as we reached our contact site.
God, this is a great location. How did you happen to choose it?
It's an open area, meaning that you have good visibility of the sky, and in addition to that, we've got some good areas where we can land out, put out landing beacons.
What about this side right here? Go back a little bit.
Closest we can get to a circle and kind of do a briefing here. Enter an entry log on this. This is dictation at Topanga State Park in Los Angeles County. We want to also put all of our names and contact numbers for who you can have contacted in the microcassette recorder for the documentation person.
Preston Dennett, contact Christine Dennett. Yeah, Dr. Joe Burks, contact Yael Burks.
Dixie Sullivan, contact my office.
We want to establish the various positions. We want to number off so that in the event that there is a landing, we know in what order we'll approach the craft. So I'll be boarding party member number 1. Joe, you want to be number 2? Dixie?
3.
3. The last thing we want to do at this point is to determine where the landing site should be in the event that we're able to vector a craft in at close range.
Everyone has arrived here at Topanga Canyon, and there's a real sense of excitement in the air. The C-SETI members are preparing their laser lights, audio equipment, telescopes, and binoculars, and in a few minutes, we'll start signaling. If we're lucky, something out there just may answer our call.
So what we're going to do is project these tones with a radio transceiver. Please put out the landing strobes.
We waited for hours, sending out tones and laser light beacons into the darkness. Then suddenly, someone spotted a strange light. But before we could turn on our camera, it disappeared. But moments later, it reappeared on the horizon.
Oh, there it is
It's
again.
back again.
There it is again.
Very bright colors, the same one, the same red and green the laser was putting out. Oh my God. This is no airplane. At 9:45, we have an object about 5 degrees above the ridge in the west that was probably out over the Pacific Ocean. It was stationary, and it was sending out the primary colors that had just been sent out by the laser. And we've got a commercial jet pilot with us, and this is very unusual.
So did we or did we not see something?
Yeah, that was.
And how rare is that?
It happens virtually every time we go out if we're doing the right stuff.
Preston, did we have a close encounter tonight?
I think we may have. Now, this sort of thing has happened before. And of course, we prefer to call them unknowns, unless if we're up close in a metallic ship. That would be a different story. But nevertheless, it's exciting, and I'm pleased.
This is your first time? What was it like?
This is my first time with this. Oh, it's excellent. I want to stay here all night. I don't want to leave. I want to see what that was over there.
We saw something tonight. We don't know what it was, but as long as human beings claim to be meeting extraterrestrials, C-SETI will be trying to make contact.
Most of us already know that we're not alone in the universe. This is simply a step further where we're saying, not only are we not alone, but those life forms that may be out there, a few of them have made their way into our corner of the universe.
Sandra, I am very curious. Do you really think you saw a UFO?
Well, John, I saw something flying and nobody can identify it, so I guess you'd have to say I did see a UFO. Unfortunately, the videotape really didn't do our encounter justice.
Our analysis of this intriguing footage will continue, and Encounters will be back in a moment.